Hello and welcome to episode 2, part 2. Well, it's actually just part 2 because I don't know what I'm going to talk about next, but it's part 2 where I'm discussing the global changes, right? And where I last left you, I told you what China wants. Well, I shared that the West used to be our bosses, our overlords, and there's a new sheriff in town, and they're called China. They're called Xi Jinping, umphathi wethu omusha. This episode, I'm gonna talk about what they want, right? Because they actually have a template. You know how the Chinese are. The Chinese are always organized. The Chinese are always long-term thinkers. And so they have a template of what they want the world to be like. And that's what I'm going to discuss in this episode, right? I am keeping my videos under 10 minutes and hopefully we get over it. But like they don't want a lot, guys. And it's actually funny revising what the Chinese government is looking for in the future of the world, because you think about how America just wants us to believe that, and the West want us to believe that China is a bad actor, like that they're dangerous for the future of the world. When you hear what they want, I don't know, you're gonna have to take a moment, okay? The first, so it's called, this is called the Global Governance Initiative. This is the vision and the guiding principles that the Chinese governments want, the Chinese government wants for the future. Okay, the first one, they want sovereign equality. The first guiding principle is sovereign equality that highlights a commitment to fairness and equal treatment in international affairs. They just want us to be fair. China just wants us to be fair to each other. And of course, like, some people feel like, you remember Animal Farm? Some animals are more equal than others. We have some people like that in the international community. And they would not agree with this, right? They don't want us to be equal nations. And not only equal, it's called sovereign equality, meaning that let me do what I want to do. Don't come and infringe your desires from your country on me. And we know who's going into Venezuela, who wants a regime change in Venezuela. Does Venezuela people ask for that? No, but because, you know what? Let me move on. I don't have a lot of time. They want us. This is going to be shocking to you. Chinese people are such bad people because they want us to respect international law. And I think for a long time, the previous landlords of the world could talk about like international law and like rules-based order. But I think we learned a lot from what happened in Gaza. We learned a lot from what happened to the Palestinian people, that, again, rules-based order for some people. You know, some people, they should not be experiencing genocide. And some people, it's okay for them to go through what the Palestinians have been going through. I think now I'm just overly aware of the time limit. But yeah, for the first time, they're like, look, we do have international law. And we know, I think as a global community, we know who is exempt from international law. We know the countries that can do whatever they want. And China is saying, let's not do that. Like, let's apply the law equally, which kind of is making me think about the international criminal courts, right? And for a long time, they went after black and brown leaders. And now that we're saying, we've seen the war crimes that you're committing to a certain country, why don't they, go after them? Nothing is happening. So international law has been applied very selectively in the world. And the new landlord, the new sheriff in town is saying, let's not do that. Apply international law equally amongst nations, okay? Okay, and then they want what's called multilateralism. Yes, meaning let's work together. Okay, I'm going to read this. It says, whether it's climate change, pandemics, climate change, pandemics, economic instability, or any other global challenge, it cannot be addressed by one nation alone. Joint contribution and shared benefits reaffirmed, like from the, or rather restated from the United Nations, that's how we should be doing things. We should be working together. There's no one country who should be doing everything. Like the one country who decides who is a dictator and who's not a dictator. Right now, Paul Biya is running, like, isn't he like 80 something, 90 something years old? Isn't that a dictator? But he doesn't get called a dictator because he is serving certain interests, okay? And if you decide to serve the interest of your people, which we'll circle back to, then you're called a dictator, right? Again, it's not multilateral. We getting instructions and rules from like one place. In conjunction to this, right, it was mentioned that, should I circle back to this? Let me circle back. Guys, I don't trust myself with time. The last video ended so abruptly that I don't trust myself with time. Let me go through the point first, right? And as I was saying, the next principle that they have, the Chinese are such bad people. They are horrible people because they want us to have a people-centered approach. They are so devilish because they want us to put the people first. They want advancing reforms that directly benefit people. The initiative ensures that ordinary citizens remain at the heart of global. I feel like each point actually deserves its own video so that I can vent, right? Because I'm laughing that, and by the way, having a people-centered approach is a socialist idea, right? But the current landlords, the ones that are being kicked out, they prefer us to be capitalist. And in a capitalist worldview, corporations come first. Corporations come before people. Capital comes before people. And that's why we see what's going on in Sudan right now, right? Because those who want to own the gold, who want to own the land, who want to own the minerals of Sudan are willing to do whatever it takes. They can take out whoever they want to take out. And they are taking out whoever they want to take out because for them, people don't come first. Profit does, And China, they're such bad people. They're saying, let's not do that. They're saying, let's put the people first. Which circles back to that other country that is offering freedom to Venezuela, because Venezuela is saying, let our oil, large proven oil reserve, let that oil benefit the people. And so these ones who remember, multilateralism, right, means we're working together. That's what China wants. But right now we have a unipolar world where one body or group of people decide what's going on. And they're the ones who are saying, not people first. And also, if you want to serve people first, then you need to go. Let's serve capital first. Yes, is that I'm done. And I have like 1 minute remaining. Do you see why I need to get going? I have a lot I low-key feel like each point deserves its own video. But that's what didn't get to, okay, I'm going to try. The video might cut me. If it does, it does. When they say multilateralism, right? This is for us to form our own organizations. We can see like our AU, African Union, is not serving us. And as a young African, can we come together and create our own bodies, where we work together that serve the people? We're going into, like, as I said, it's very different from the world that we know right now, right? I know that. I know. And I'm going to end it here. That's literally what China wants for the world. And America hates them. Because like America's like, no, money, profit, and corporation first. But yeah, see you in the next episode.